one of those mornings where I fell asleep without taking my makeup off and forgot to put in my eyeliners and everything. And now I feel like a gremlin. I didn't even go out last night. I went out for some Persian food at Bear and Jack, which is the best Persian food ever. If you have a Soho House membership and you're in Dumbo, you can go and enjoy Bear and Jack. That's where their residency is. Or if you're in London or Dubai, you can enjoy Bear and Jack. And it's not Bear and Jack, it's Bear and Jack, like Berenjak. I know my accent's weird for anybody wondering. I'm English. Lived in America for I moved to America in 2013, but I've been married to an Egyptian-American man since 2009. His dad could never understand what I was saying. He'd say, "Dearie, what is she saying?" So I had to, I guess, Americanize my accent to, not have to repeat myself. I know it's me problem. But a lot of people are like, "God, your accent is so weird. Where are you from?" The thing about me is I get a really long time out of a single hair wash. It's a week. Say it's gross all you want, but would you think that this hair hadn't been washed for a week? I wouldn't. My hair just gets better as it gets a little bit grotty. Anyway, it's Easter Sunday and my friends are hosting a little Easter brunch thing around the corner. So maybe I'll do a little Easter moment makeup. My favourite eyebrow pencil in the world is Boy Brow Arch from Glossier. This is not the colour that I like. I don't know where my colour is. Got it. This is... Why did I just pause the video? Boy Brow Arch in cool dark brown. What's really cool about this, cool dark brown, is cool because it has this cap with a little flat top with a colour swatch on it. But you can take this pencil down, basically to hardly anything, right? You can retract it back in. I'm going to retract it back into the point where there's not much waste. I can shave it on the cap and flatten it down. You can also do this on a piece of paper or a palette, whatever you want. But it needs to be something flat. And then it gives you this nice pointy definition, which allows for you to draw hair-like strokes. Watch. So I'm going to be washing my hair today or tomorrow for the first time since colouring it again, which I always hate that feeling because I feel like all the toner that was put in to balance the work that they did washes out, but we shall see. And I will use a colour safe shampoo conditioner. All right, so here we are, flicking in the hairline strokes with a pencil. So for example, if you wanted to create hair-like strokes with one of those pens, Brow Flick, Ardell Stroker Brow, any of the ones on market, and you've struggled, then maybe this is the one. A little bit that I need to get rid of. Maybe this is the one to try. It only stays sharp for a moment because it is a pomade pencil. But if you press really lightly, you can still achieve a hair-like type of stroke. And, for anybody that's on the waste train, you waste any pencil when you sharpen it. So just remember that before you say it's wasteful to sharpen the tip of the pencil. And it's really on you how much you waste, depending on how much you shave off. It seems like there's something glitchy with my phone. I feel like it's moving slowly. But anyway, so I always like to try and do the tail of my eyebrow looking forward so that I can just get the placement of the brow the same. And also, if you do this, you might make it longer than what you want. So just doing straight ahead always gives you a perspective on the makeup as if, like it's going to be when you're looking straight ahead, because we don't walk around in life like this, or like this, or like this. We walk around in life like this, probably. And I love also using the pencil up into my brow on a flat like that to sort of shade. I want it a little heavy right there, but the spoolie is helpful for that reason. So you just go boop, boop, boop if you want a little bit more intensity and colour. You can even start like that if you want to, but I would encourage you not to start doing your brows anywhere where you already have a lot of density. So my density is in the forward part, so that's why you'll always see me creating hair-like strokes in the areas where I don't actually have much brow hair. So we were going to go out last night to a DJ set at Brooklyn Paramount. We found this guy called Habibeats, like Habibi Beats blended. And we were all really excited. And I say we, it was like me, Tarek, our two friends, Kareem and Dahlia, and our friend Mariam, my Arab posse. We learnt that the DJ wasn't going to go until midnight, so we all bailed because we are 41. And actually, Mariam's not. Mariam's in her 30s, but she just got back from Dubai, so that's her excuse. My excuse is that I'm 41 and I want to go to bed by 9. Tarek and our other friends are in their 50s. Also, Tarek does have a legitimate excuse. He's got a funny issue with his eye at the moment where he's got like a cloudy kind of vision on one side, which is a little bit worrying. We're going to go see a doctor about it today. A friend, ophthalmologist, surgeon type person was like, don't do any like dancing, jumping, crazy things. So yeah, health stuff is always really scary to me. I don't know. I feel like it's just, yeah. I don't want to say I'm a hypochondriac because then that minimises things when they're big. If they are serious, like my heart palpitations that I've been having over the past month, you know, we still don't really know what they're from. They're kind of ebbing and flowing. I do think there might be a bit of a hormonal imbalance going on. It could be perimenopause induced earlier in life because of all my IVF treatments. I don't even know whether that's a thing. It's going to be a good eyebrow day. I love it when my eyebrows just look soft and floaty and like a little bit fluffy. And just by pressing really light, you don't want to do any of this, watch. This is wrong pressure. This is the right pressure. You want very, very, very light. Okay, well, that's going to be on there for a minute. You want very, very light, feathery strokes. You can always add more. And when you're doing the arch of the brow, come down into the area. Because that's kind of how brows grow. You want to mimic how brows grow, which is different in everyone, actually. Not sure what the weather's going to be like today, but I'm just going to do an SPF stick. Found this in Japan. It's called the Dry Touch UV stick. I'm just going to sweep it on my face. This is an SPF of 50. It's kind of invisible. I just want to be aware and careful not to get it on my brows, but protect the area around the brows. Kind of hard to do around the nose, but I could always do this and just put some into the nose area. This is very nice. Do a bit over the lip, cheek area, and the tops and the backs of the ears. If my hair is tied back, I could always just do the back of my neck. Milk skin tint. Now, there might have been a bit of confusion caused from my part about when to prime the brush and when not to prime the brush. I don't think there's anything wrong with priming a brush with this type of consistency. I think for me, the priming the brush method is really the most useful when something is super full coverage. Like if this isn't a full coverage product, so you can pick this up with the brush, but you don't really need to smush it into the brush because it blends easily. The priming the brush method is something that is helpful when your blend is slow and a bit of a process. This is a really easy blend. I'm picking it up with the brush. I'm not pushing it into the brush. I'm just sweeping it in and then applying it to my face. So I want you to be the judge of that for yourself because I don't know what products you're using and I don't know what skin prep you're using. And so if something's taking a minute to blend, just push it back into the hand. If it's not taking a minute to blend, just pick it up and blend it into the face. Simply for ease, not because of a waste perspective. Just like the brush, the product is remaining in the brush and you can always go back to your hand to pick up more. Did this brush just lose a fibre? Like, look. There's always something still in the brush, I promise. And just after the skin tint phase is when I would start doing contours and bronzers and blushes, and then I would go in with my fuller coverage concealers. And if I was going to do direct to the skin, I would do very, very light pressure, and I would kind of do it where I didn't have much of the skin tint to begin with, because you don't want to, I don't know, I think it's nice to just keep things separate and let them merge into one another. That has foundation on it. Things kind of make sense when you start to play with makeup in a, you know, just playful way. Like just by getting things, this brush isn't dense enough for this product, so I'm going to use a different one. This product's quite sticky and my brush here was quite soft, so I need a firmer brush to blend that product out. Dense bristles, anything where the bristles are short and like kind of stiff and firm, will blend products in a firmer way. Anything that is a loose bristle brush will blend products in a looser kind of way. So you have to, again, be the judge of what makes sense for each product that you're using and what is the appropriate brush method, mechanism, pressure, and so on and so forth. Again, I've got a little bit of complexion on, so I could be moving my complexion around slightly, but it's a skin tint, so it's not that big of a deal. You can see that I try and stay in range of everything that I'm doing. Damn, I wish TikTok would let you have more than 10 minutes on a live, a thing, you know what I mean? The last 20 seconds of this video, I'll just do a little bit of lip shading and maybe a little bit of this because I'm getting a little jowly in my 40s. I'd love to do some sort of skin tightening treatment, but I'm scared of pain. I've been recommended Ultherapy from a friend. She was like, it's not that bad. You just do some gas and air first or numbing cream and it's over with. I don't think I would do Morpheus 8, but I definitely want a little bit less. I also am on a bit of a diet because I want my clothes to fit better. And so I keep fluctuating a little bit and I would like to be a bit consistent with myself. So that's a personal goal that I'm trying to set for 2025. Just love having fun in my wardrobe, you know? All right, I'm going to pick up on part 2.